your willingness to jump in and play along last week was so much fun. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah, I was going to try and come in on Friday too, but
It's
sadly my circumstance up here just got.
And then I'm going to show everyone, I'm just going to show off for a second. I've added into my office this beautiful stained glass lamp that I made. I didn't just make it, but I just brought it down to my office. So
that's great.
That's
Can't
me
see
showing
it.
off.
Did you make it?
Lovely.
I did. I made this
That
beautiful
is
stained glass
wonderful.
lamp.
I can't see it.
Where'd
Well,
you make it?
If you can't, there it is. There it is.
Okay.
Making some beautiful light down here in my office, which is a little bit of a mess, but that's all right. So here's what I want us to do in going around. First of all, how many of you have made it? This is our sixth one of these. Who has been here all 6 times? Meg, me, Patty, Rob, fantastic. And just, oh, and hi, Denise. How are you, my friend?
Hey.
And who, Denise and other people, who is this your first time being on one of these? Wonderful. Well, I'm glad you guys are all here. I'm glad you're here. And I'm also sorry that we're doing this. Really glad to do it. But boy, I would not wish these circumstances on any of us. Here's what I want to start with. We're going to do a very quick lightning round, or just, I'm going to ask you one at a time a question. And I want one thing you are thankful for. And Derek, do you mind if I start? Just what is one thing right now, right this minute, that you're thankful for?
Thankful to be here with you.
Being here with this community. And folks, let's give them an amen.
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 Emily, my friend, what is one thing in this moment right now that you are thankful for?
That I went and combed my hair.
Okay. Thankful for that too. Alma, my friend. Amen. What is the one thing you are thankful for?
Technology. So that I can talk to you.
Technology. Let's give that. We got up to 4 things. Now remember, this is not a creativity competition. Meg, if you would unmute yourself and then tell us one thing that at this moment you are thankful for.
Actually, my husband. He manages to make me laugh most of the time. So,
amen.
And easier
Amen.
with him.
Let's also have an amen for laughter. So I appreciate that. Ruth D. Bernstein, how are you? What is one thing you are thankful for at this
Your
moment?
sense of humor, Rabbi.
A sense of humor.
Yeah.
Amen.
You make me laugh.
Okay, I got a new joke. I don't think I told you guys this. The one wind turbine turned to the other wind turbine and said, "Do you like classical music?" To which the other replied, "No, I'm a big metal fan."
You always said that one.
Oh, I did? You could have stopped me. All right, fantastic. All right, you don't have, I'll go back to being a rabbi. Great. Patty and Ray, each of you, what is one thing you are thankful for in this moment?
I am very thankful for a compassionate husband. I made a screw up, a big screw up in our checkbook this morning, and he didn't bat an eye. He just gave me a hug and a kiss and said, "We'll get on with it, babe."
Amen.
Amen for forgiveness and compassion, especially in these difficult times. Carol, what is one thing that you are thankful for in this moment?
That I'm still alive.
That you're still alive. Amen.
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 Rob K., my friend up north.
I'm truly thankful for my wife and daughter. They went out this morning grocery shopping because the supermarket opens at 7 and seniors can go from 7 till 8. So my wife and daughter went and picked up everything we need.
Amen.
They're terrific.
That's thankfulness that we still have stuff in supermarkets. Amen.
Amen.
Eric H., one thing you are thankful for in this moment.
I'm thankful that my daughter is home safely from South Africa.
Amen.
Amen.
And also,
Amen.
Eric, I'm glad that you made it home. That was a little scary there.
A little bit more difficult than anticipated.
Yeah, glad you're back.
Amen.
Barb, if you would unmute yourself and tell us what is one thing you are thankful for at this moment?
I'm really,
We can't, wait, say that again, Barb.
which Barb? Is there more than one Barb?
Barb Segura, I think it is.
Okay, that's me. I am so thankful for my daughter, who is a doctor on the front lines in Hershey, Pennsylvania. And I'm thankful for all the people that are sending protective equipment to these doctors on the front line who don't have eye protection and masks, and they're working unprotected. I'm so thankful for all of them and my daughter.
The checkup led to a question.
Uh-oh, I'm getting a little extra noise coming from you, Derek. I just turned that off. Barb Segura, I thank you. I do have another Barb who is also here, and I got confused. I apologize for that. Barb? We cannot hear you. I don't know. If you would type what it is in, we hear a little bit. There's just something a little bit off.
Is this better?
Oh, yeah.
It's better.
All right, I'll hold it up close to my. I managed to evacuate from New York City last week, and I'm really grateful to be in a place that's safe and peaceful, and where I can have total social distancing.
Amen.
Amen.
I'm glad. Thank you.
Amen.
And Joe, my friend Joe, what is one thing you are thankful for right now?
That I'm breathing.
Amen.
Amen.
2 weeks ago, it didn't look so good.
Nope, it did not look so good. I was in heart failure last week, so
Wow.
I'm better. I'm
I think
definitely
that was
better.
two weeks, my friend.
Oh, maybe it might even be 3 now.
Yeah, you've lost some time, but that's all right.
It just all melds together now.
Well, we're thankful you're breathing as well. And Rebecca, if you would unmute yourself and tell us one thing you are thankful for at this moment.
I'm really thankful for my workplace, actually. I'm at a nonprofit, and the people are really digging into their mission right now, and the technology that's letting us do that.
Amen.
Amen.
How thankful we are. And Janice, one thing you're thankful for?
I'm thankful for email that keeps me in touch with my nieces and nephews.
Amen.
Amen.
And Leanne, one thing you're thankful for at this moment?
The sun is just streaming into my house through skylights and windows.
Amen.
Amen.
I don't think, hold on, wait, got a little bit confused on my screens here. I'm going to just take a moment before we move on to Marcus. I think you understand the point of what we're doing here. And one of the things that happens in times of crises is we reevaluate our priorities. And it's really amazing how everything that we're talking about, it's all these little things that are really the important things. So amen. Let's keep going. Marcus, if you'd unmute yourself, one thing you're thankful for today.
All of you.
Amen. All right. Group hug, everybody. Thank you, Marcus. And Andrea, I love that, Marcus. And I know last week was a rough one, and this group was I give it to you, Marcus. Andrea, one thing you are thankful for.
I think right now I'm most thankful for having a home gym, because I can't do my job and it relies on my body being in top form. So having access to that while I'm stuck inside is.
Amen. Thank you, Andrea. Denise, one thing you're thankful for?
I am very thankful that I have a nice, cozy home with a view right now, so that I can be sheltered in place and still be able to be in the out of doors.
And then, folks, I'm going to embarrass Denise a little bit, but a lot of Religion Outside the Box happens because Denise is my project manager, and she kicks my butt often. So,
Way to go,
Good job, Denise. Good job,
Denise.
Okay. And Josh Viner, hi, my friend. What is one thing that you are thankful for? And do you know Andrea's on the line there?
I do. I'm actually, I'm grateful for my wife, even though we are in the same city. I'm working from our office today as to not annoy her even more so than I have from working remotely. So I'm grateful that she hasn't ripped my head off yet.
Amen. Thank you, Josh. I'm going to go down to Ann Elliott. What is one thing you're thankful for at this moment?
One thing I'm thankful for right now is I've just heard from a friend of mine who had spent the winter in Florida, and they wanted to come home early, and I'm glad they did. And she was just very happy and relieved to be back in Pennsylvania, where things seem to be more under control.
Good. They're
as far
thankful
as
for that.
health.
I'm in Florida and people are not taking this seriously.
Yeah, it's
Yikes.
it is rough. And we got Alex and Scott. We don't have a parrot today, but if you would unmute yourselves and tell us one thing each you're thankful for.
I am profoundly thankful I have not yet lost my job.
Amen.
Oh,
Yeah.
Scott?
I'm thankful for Alex.
Amen. Aaron, one thing you're thankful for, my friend.
Well, just to have access to food and water and air and all the things that we need, or we're dead. It's just
Amen.
basic things.
Thank you. Wendy, one thing you're thankful for, Wendy. Oh, Wendy, we cannot hear you.
Because I was talking on mute.
Okay, do it again.
There we go. So I have a lot of things to be thankful for, but I'm really thankful that you're hosting these because it helps a lot to have interaction with people, and I really look forward to it. Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you. Derek, can you add something? One thing you're thankful for?
Well, I'm thankful that it snowed here this morning. It's beautiful.
Wonderful.
Where are you?
I'm in London, Ontario, Canada.
Wonderful, wonderful. Pastor Mike, one thing you're thankful for?
First, I have a wonderful secretary. I've got a funeral coming up on Saturday, and everything is effectively done.
Good. Oh, funerals right now, that's a rough thing to do in social distancing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, most of it's family. They're expecting 20 guests. They have 3.
Wow.
We can hold 450, so we got room to spread out.
Yeah.
And right now the limits are at 50 or less. So
yeah,
we'll be fine numbers wise, space wise. It's a challenge, but we're getting there. It can be done.
Thank you. Thank you. I do have a sobering thought that everyone should keep in mind. It doesn't matter how righteous of an individual you are, the number of people at your funeral is always dependent upon the weather.
Well, being that my father's funeral was during an ice storm, that's true. And Becky can't find the email to join.
You can shoot it on over to her, or
I don't know Becky.
I don't have the ability right now, Marilyn, to shoot that over to her. I'm sorry. Can you give us one thing you're thankful for? We get to see you today. That's nice.
Oh, thanks.
What's one thing you're thankful for, Marilyn?
Thankful for you being here today.
Oh, well, thank you, my friend. Ann Elliott, what's one thing you're thankful for?
I already had my turn.
Oh, you did. I apologize. People are bopping around on my screen.
That's okay.
David, I don't think I got to you yet. And if I did, I apologize. David, one thing you're thankful for? I don't know if you can hear me, David. Oh, we just lost David there. Okay. Deborah, one thing that you're thankful for?
I'm thankful for getting to meet people all over the country in different virtual communities who I would never get a chance to meet.
Pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah. And Shirley Waynes, hello, my dear.
They're actually all over the world.
Yeah, here we have people all over the world. We sure do. Shirley Waynes, one thing you are thankful for?
Started with a checkup that led to
wonderful neighbors.
You're going to have to say that again. Something is going, somebody's video is playing and we're having
more discoveries.
Wait, hold on one second. This is.
On and on it goes.
I don't know what's going on. I'm going to blame John Lax. Okay. Shirley Waynes, what is one thing that you're thankful for?
I am so thankful for my neighbors. We have
Amen.
Wonderful neighbors on my street, and I hope you all do too.
Yeah, I'm wonderful, wonderful. I thank all of you. Hold on, I'm going to spotlight my video, and then cancel hot spotlight.
I had heard that and seen it. I just was sick.
Shirley, I'm muting you because there's some extra noise coming from your microphone.
Yeah.
Folks, it's amazing that we still have so much to be thankful for. Our topic today is scheduled to be hope. Tomorrow is going to be a discussion on anxiety, and I have a PhD candidate from London who's
I heard it yesterday
who
that
specialized.
Mardi Gras was held, and it just spiked right after that.
I have no idea what is
And it
going
was
on
the
here.
current hotspot.
Anyone know where that sound's coming from?
Oh, really?
Not Canada.
All right, I'm going to try that again. Well, tomorrow, almost Dr. Brent Lyons is going to join and talk about anxiety. And I promise you, it is mind-blowing the way that he frames anxiety. He studies a lot of Kierkegaard, and it's religious, but in a religion outside the box sense. And I really hope that everyone can be here. Every time I talk with him, it's just brilliant stuff. So today's topic is hope, and I'm going to put up on the screen 6 quotes about hope, hopefully. There they are. Everyone have 6 quotes up on the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
6 quotes on hope. So take a moment to read them, and then let's we'll look. And I'll know you got to the Nietzsche one because you're going to be laughing. Take a moment with those quotes. And the question I'm going to ask is, what do we learn about hope from these quotes? What are the qualities of hope? Like if we were going to talk about a tree, we'd say, there's wood, or there's a bark, there are leaves. We would be able to describe this Platonic idea of what a tree is, even though a palm tree and a sycamore don't look exactly alike. There's a treeness to them. I want us to see if we can figure out some of the qualities of what makes hope. I'm going to de-share the screen. Has everyone had a chance to take a look?
No, because I'm having trouble. Like, I got it to show the last one, and now it's not showing again. Like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong that it's.
Oh, you know what I can do? I'm also going to drop the whole thing into the chat. Am I? I'm going to try to drop the whole thing into the chat. Come on, Rabbi. Apparently, I'm not going to drop the whole thing into the chat. Wait, give me one moment.
What is the last line? It's not the conviction that something will turn out well, but the certainty that something makes sense. What's the next line?
Regardless of how it turns out.
I have the whole thing on my screen.
Okay.
And who said that?
Rob.
I think Václav Havel is the original one, but thank you, Rob, for taking on that one.
Yeah.
Hope, this was Václav Havel, and for those of you who know the musical Rent, his name is mentioned in La Vie Boheme. It's Václav Havel, the Sex Pistols, 8 BC. That's how I first knew his name. He said hope is definitely not the same thing as optimism. And I did a little bit of a dive on this, and boy, philosophy majors go crazy distinguishing hope from optimism. I'm not a philosophy major. I studied religion. The main difference between philosophy majors and people who study religion tends to be the amount of marijuana that they smoke. Philosophy majors are much looser than us religious folk. That's I don't know if that's true, but
that's too bad.
Okay, Rob, to be honest, the only way I got through Talmud class, it helped. But that one I needed. He says that hope is not the same as optimism. It is not the conviction that something will turn out well. So what they're saying is optimism is thinking everything will turn out well. But hope is the idea that things will turn out and we're all right with them. I heard somebody describe it this way, that optimism says, don't worry, you have problems, you're suffering today, but I'm optimistic that it's all good. But hope leaves space for the pain and the despair. that hope doesn't mean that everything's sunshine. What hope means is that, and I'm going to zoom in on the Václav Havel quote a little bit more as soon as I can re-find where my, oh, that's why I couldn't share it with you. Wait a moment. I'm going to share the quotes with you. I was dropping them into the wrong box. Silly rabbi. Hold on. Here we go. No, come on.
Remember to drop them outside of the box.
There we go. Thank you. So coming up in the chat, you should see, oh no, I just sent that to Deborah privately. I don't know why the permissions were sent there. So Deborah, congratulations. You got them first. Everyone else, here they come. File from my computer. Which file? This file, please. Upload. There it comes. Rating for the quotes. I never see the chats, so lovely to see. And there you go, folks. There are the quotes. And
I have a question on your Facebook Live. Why is it showing the map and then it's showing the chat like in a smaller
because
box?
I want to show the people on Facebook Live what they're missing, what time this is happening, and
So you want that to play the whole time?
and I want them to be able to join over whenever they can.
What is this all about?
So, and I'll shoot you one other quote.
Rabbi Brian.
Yes, who said that? And I'm going to share with you one other. I apologize. This is a little boring as I get this technology to work. Oh, screenshot could not be shared. Oh, I'm going to do a regular share, folks. Pardon me. So I looked a little bit more on the Václav Havel quote, and here's what he said. Is that showing up on your screens well enough?
If it's about disturbing the peace, it's well.
Good. It is disturbing the peace. He said, the kind of hope I often think about, especially in situations that are particularly hopeless, such as prison, I understand above all as a state of mind, not a state of the world. Either we have hope within us or we don't. Hope is not prognostication. It is an orientation of the spirit, an orientation of the heart. It transcends the world that is immediately experienced. It is anchored somewhere beyond the horizon. I feel that its deepest roots are transcendental, just as the roots of human responsibility are. Though, of course, I can't, unlike Christians, for instance, say anything about the transcendental. Václav Havel was, he was a Czech man, so he and Christianity didn't get along so well. Hope in this deep, powerful sense is not the same as joy that things are going to go well or a willingness to invest in enterprises that are obviously headed for early success, but rather an ability to work for something because it is good, not just because it stands a chance to succeed. The more unpromising the situation in which we demonstrate hope, which would be right now, people, the deeper that hope is. Hope is not the same thing as optimism. It is not the conviction that something will turn out well, but the certainty that something makes sense regardless of how it turns out. In short, I think the deepest and most important form of hope, the only one that can keep us above water and urge us to do good works, and the only true source of breathtaking dimension of the human spirit and its effort, is something we get, as it were, from elsewhere. It is also hope above all that gives strength to live and continually to try new things, even in conditions that seem as hopeless as ours do here and now.
Yes. That's amazing.
It's amazing. What
year was he?
He wrote this in 1980s, 1990s.
Okay,
so
thanks.
90. This one was written in 86, apparently. What do you make out of that quote? Give it to me. So I know we all heard it, but to understand what he's saying, can somebody parse some part of, Rob, can you parse a piece of what you got back?
I was trying to save it, so I'm all confused with different apps in front of me.
Okay, not to worry. I didn't mean to put you on the spot there.
No, it's all good.
Okay. Is there somebody else who can, and I'm going to try to get that quote to you in the messages here. There it comes. Oh, that's failing. I'm going to send it to you as the URL. Here, everybody, you can put it on your own screen. Yes, Barb, do it.
It did
Barb?
go through on the chat.
Hold on. I just put it on this. And Barb Segura, what do you got?
Well, hope helps me because it allows me to bring my cynicism with me.
Right? Wait a second. That's brilliant. That's not optimism. Optimism is saying you have to be, but tell us more, Barb, more about this hope.
It's a place I don't have to be attached to. I can just know that it is in the air somewhere nearby. And it's something I can dip my toe in or breathe it in every now and then. When I live from that place, then I have more peace. Yeah. And I can make sense of all the voices in my head that are, especially the judging and the cynicism and the fear, all the things that come out of fear, but also all the things that come out of love too. It allows me to hold them even more precious. So I just made that up.
That was really well said. Really well said,
great.
Barb. Thank you. So what I'm getting, one of the things you talked about, Barb, and I'm wondering for other people, is this is not something, it's not binary. It's not we have it or we don't have it, but there are moments where we have a greater amount and moments that we have a lesser amount. Give me on a scale of here to here. At this moment, how much of this Václav Havel hope that things are okay do you have? Here's none. Here's I am Václav Havel. Where are you? And let me see, because you have two hands, and this is the way math works. So people sometimes ask me, how are you? And I'll say, I'm like a 87 out of 100, but that's because most days I'm at a 90, but there are some dips of 26. So I want to ask, what's the highest amount of hope that you ever have in your life? Václav Havel is up here, Gandhi, Martin Luther King up here. What's the most you've ever had? And what's the dips that you've had in the last week? How low has it gotten?
Really low.
Some people's left hand is off the screen. Okay. It's hard.
So my highest hope is
yeah.
my daughter was born.
Yeah. So did other people have moments in their life where it came to them, or was there something that you did to make that hope happen? Is this something that you can manufacture, or is this something you just have to wait for the birth and it's like, oh, I see the world again? Is it something that anyone has any insight to help us know, what can I do? Let me change the question. What are things you can do to lower your hope? Because I think we all can do that, and then maybe we can.
You can increase it by what you're choosing. Like I'm choosing to do this with this hour of my day, and it's helped. But because I was not doing well when I got up this morning.
And you're doing a little better now.
Yes.
And I'm going to go over to Derek, who actually raised his hand, which I'm always impressed and proud of. So thank you, Derek. You're gonna talk to us.
My hope levels have not changed at all during this whole crisis. I don't know why. I just have a faith that everything is going to be okay somewhere along the line here.
Amen. And there's you got any tips for the rest of us?
No, I don't have the answers.
Okay.
I got the questions, but no answers.
Okay. And Denise, my friend Denise, go ahead. Tell us, what is it that you got to unmute yourself, Denise. I unmuted you for you. Go ahead, Denise.
So what I was going to say is I like to surround myself with other hopeful people. That seems to help me a lot.
Just to avoid people who aren't hopeful and to stick with people who are.
I wouldn't say avoid people that aren't hopeful.
Okay, great.
I'd say that just finding ways to also be around people that are hopeful.
To stay with people who are hopeful. That's wonderful. Wonderful. Anyone have some other thoughts of yeah, Rebecca, go ahead. You're unmuted and I'm going to spotlight you on the video. Go ahead, Rebecca. Oh, you got to change your microphone around. You're muted. I will attempt to unmute you.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I'm unmuted.
Go for it.
I'm getting my hope from people, just paying attention to people who are really working hard to make change of any positive kind. And again, it's not avoiding people who aren't hopeful. It's more gravitating towards people who are really trying.
So we can maybe we can say we can get hope. And help me out because we're making this up as we go along. We get hope. We foster our hope. We raise our hope level by looking at the people who are doing good deeds, who are doing the right thing. Does that sound right to everyone? That the more we focus our consciousness, as more we look at people who are doing good things, the more we have this real sense of shit's going to be all right.
There's a whole bunch of science done on when you see good things and experience good things, that your brain fires serotonin instead of dopamine, and you feel better and you become more hopeful and you have less anxiety.
Well, now we have this based in science. That's fantastic.
Well, so it means we're wired to a certain extent to be part of doing hopeful things and experiencing hope. It's in our origin, in our makeup. It's part of what it is to be human.
Yeah, and it is, and fear is also one of the things that is.
That's just it. We sort of have these spectrums from one side to the other, and of course these aren't binary spectrums either, right? So we move from hope to anxiety to fear to despair, and then something happens and suddenly we're hopeful again, and then we can crash into something else, and anger and excitement and back to hope. It's part of a larger package, and maybe that's why it's hard to nail down, because we're not trying to do just one thing with hope. We're trying to
we're saying that it kind of just happens, this fluctuation, because we're human and our emotions come and they go and they
there's
move.
more to it than that.
But we can, I'm trying to get to that, but we can bank the odds. We can help ourselves by focusing on the positive that we see around us.
Yes, we have agency for sure.
Yeah. So
I think there's a hope and acceptance.
Hold on, I got Alma was waiting for something. Yes.
I'm swithering between hope and optimism, but I find that the thing that gives me hope is my past experience of despair. Because having been through some pretty bad times, eventually you come full circle, and there is hope that not that it'll never be the same, but it will be okay.
It will be okay.
And it might be even better in some ways, but I find it's my experience that gives me hope, because I know that it might not even be in my lifetime, but it will happen.
Wonderful. Alex, I see your not virtual hand is up. Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to say this first. I want to ask Pastor Mike for his forgiveness. But my view of this is just one phrase: shit floats. And
wait, I need help. I don't understand. I understand that shit floats. I get that.
So what I mean by that is, and this is something that I've gone through a bunch of really rough stuff in the past, and where my life was just falling apart for all sorts of various reasons. And I just kind of looked at it and I kind of realized that shit floats. No matter what you do, shit floats, and we're all gonna float, right? It will all work out in the end.
Okay. So is shit floats your way of saying this too will pass?
Basically, yeah. I mean,
yes.
Okay, shit floats, and it's just going to continue floating, and eventually we'll get to the end of it.
Good. Do you all know? I'm going to tell you a little rabbi story. Carol Ox, did you have something you were going to add there?
Yeah, I wanted to say that if you look at what everyone's been saying up to now, the thing that gives you hope is gratitude. when you look that you see these people working so hard to make things work, you're looking at your neighbors who are really nice. The thing that is giving you hope is gratitude. And when you feel gratitude, you're not focusing on you, you're focusing on what is beautiful in this world.
Would you say that one more time? So or I'll repeat it back to make sure I understood it. But that the thing that I think it was Cicero said that gratitude is the father of all virtues. That all virtues flow from gratitude. And you're saying the thing that nurtures us towards more of that Václav Havel true hope is gratitude.
Yes.
I'm glad now that's why we started today with going with everyone saying one thing they're grateful for, because that was totally not that was unconsciously planned.
Well done.
All right. So I'm gonna ask us, so let's do it, folks. Take out your cell phone or go to a messaging app or do something. Find somebody at this moment, scroll down 7 people on your messages. We did this on Friday. And find someone who you can just say, I'm grateful for you. Just take them a message. I'm going to scroll down and I'm sending a message to this person. I don't know who that is. Oh, that's my daughter. That's fantastic. I am grateful for you. And then take a little notice, because I noticed it in myself while I was doing it. What's happening? I'm going to do that again. Send it to another person. I'm going to send that to Carl and Tony. It's a group. I am grateful for the 2 of you. And you push send and tell me if you don't feel a little bit better. Well, that shit floats, but that shit works. Look at that. That's pretty good. Josh, look at your smile, dude. What the heck? You're not allowed to smile that big during a pandemic.
Well, I like how quickly you're adopting the newest form of this too shall pass.
Oh. Well, I'm an early adopter, I guess. Okay, who else wants to comment in on this hope thing? Yeah, Janice, go for it. And then Shirley. Oh, we can't hear you, Janice. Start again, my friend.
Okay, can you hear me?
We're in.
Okay. I didn't get to do this yet, but I will. But the other thing I wanted to mention is that I did what you said Friday and got returns from my nieces and nephews when I sent them 3 things I wished for them. So thank you for that.
It worked. It's amazing. We're gaming the system. And Shirley Wayness, what is it that you got that you want to share?
Well, it was funny. You said the 7th person. So I went down. Apparently 7 people ago, I sent myself a message. So I have to be grateful for me.
That is perfect. Did it work?
Well, yeah, I am grateful for myself.
Okay. So, and I'm going to caution us because look, this is a, folks, shit floats, but also shit happens.
Right.
And I don't want any of us to think that we should be able to mechanize and game the system enough that we don't have problems and we don't have fears and we don't have any of those negative emotions, because that too happens. And yes, we can do that when we're in a neutral moment, maybe to move ourselves up, but we shouldn't expect of ourselves that we're not always hopeful. We do lose hope. That's part of the thing. Hope is the thing with feathers. That's from Emily Dickinson. Woody Allen later wrote a book called Without Hope, which was kind of funny back when you used to mention Woody Allen and that was an okay name to use. Hope is the thing with feathers. Why did she say that? Because it flits, it leaves. Hope leaves us sometimes. That's just how it is. I also want to go back and look at the Nietzsche quote, because Nietzsche said, and he was I would not want to be at a dinner party with him, I'm pretty sure. He said, hope in reality is the worst of all evils because it prolongs the torment of people. Ugh. Hope is in reality the worst of all evils because it prolongs the torment. I mean, we can just say, fuck you, Nietzsche, but what could we better say? What do we get from that? What is he pointing out? Because he's pointing out something.
It depends how you read it.
Okay, go ahead.
If you switch it around and say reality, can I go back to the quote again?
Yes, I will. Hold on. You think that's easy?
I don't know. I'm not on your end of the phone.
I'm here. I've got a lot going on. I don't have an executive director. Go ahead, producer.
If you said in reality, you could say in reality, hope is the worst of all evils.
Right.
Or you could say hope in reality is the worst of it, meaning hope in things being real. Sorry.
Ding, ding. I love that. That hope in reality is the worst of all evils. Wait, but how is that? But it's still that hope. There's some part of hope is the worst.
It's where you put your trust. Don't trust in things that are fixed and
of this world.
Of this world, exactly.
Right, and that goes back to the Václav Havel. He said something about this being somewhat transcendent, and he said, but that's for the Christians. I'm not really dealing with that.
Yeah, and that's
there is something about this that is transcendent. There's something about this hope that's above us. The thing with feathers, it's an aspiration. I agree. I want to wait. I took some notes on a scrap of wood because I was building something this weekend. I want to say two thanks to people. I'm going to wrap us up shortly. I'm going to unshare this screen and then share this. I want to share a few things with you guys because I always forget to do that. So let me share a few little things. One, I am working desperately at putting together something called the Zoom Seder. I'm working with a rabbi friend of mine on helping people because how do you run a Seder if it's by distance? And so I'm working on that one. I also want to make a quick shout out and thanks to Faye and Anthony, who neither of whom are on the line right now, but both of whom started making monthly contributions to Religion Outside the Box, which really is helpful. Am I sharing something?
You are.
Yes, I
am. Donate
there
and
So I will put this link into the chat box if anyone else feels the desire and the spirit moves you to make a donation. If you become a monthly donor, you do get one of these. It's a little lapel pin. It's a beautiful pin, and it says on it, ooh, let me zoom in right there.
No.
No.
It's out of focus.
Should be all right now. Life is a shipwreck, but we mustn't forget to sing in the lifeboats. You might remember I sent out a newsletter to that effect a few months ago. That goes to all monthly donors, anyone who donates monthly. And I had one other thing to share with you. No, that's it. We're going to wrap up the way we always do. Here's one thing that you learned, one thing that you're taking away from this discussion, one thing that makes you a better person because you were here and that you might share with other people. And please, folks, tomorrow's going to be on anxiety. Invite your friends. I'd love to see if we can't have more people join in. So let's get 3 different comments from people of what did you take from today's talk? What is something that what you're going to leave with that was of use to you? Okay, I saw a hand over in Patty and Ray's. Was that Ray? Ray, are you
That's
participating?
Ray. Yeah.
Do it, dude.
The things I got is that hope is an internal belief that things will go better, things will get better. It's very much like the belief that faith, you may not have faith, you don't see it happening perhaps, but it's still there. You know it's there. And things will get better, but it's based upon your own belief.
Thank you, Ray. I'm really glad that you joined us here. I got somebody else who would like to share. Marcus, what do you have? What did you take from today? And then we'll get one other.
2 things. 1, hope versus optimism.
Yeah.
And then 2, just the feeling of being connected to people, even though we're all kind of quarantined right now. And that just gives me hope to keep going.
Amen. Thank you, Marcus. And I got one other person who wants to share something that they're taking from today. Shirley, and then Janice. Yeah.
That it really does help us to get our heart on gratefulness.
It really does good for us to get our hearts onto gratefulness.
Yes. Even in the face of everything, accept where we are and look to the moment of finding anything to be happy about or grateful for.
Yeah. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. What an important thing.
Right. It makes a difference.
And Janice, one thing you got?
Today I've been in the company of a lot of people here this hour who are really filled with hope and cheerful and looking for the good thing and eager to share with each other what makes a difference. And I'm just grateful to be here.
Man, well, I'm going to
Amen.
thank all of you, and keep hope alive. Let's all do this. Let's be beacons to other people, and then when we can't, let's rely on other people to nurture and hold us. All right, folks, I'm going to unmute everyone as I do at the end here, so you can all do some shout outs and say hello to each other.
You want to say hi, Cam?
Low kisses.
Thank
you.
Thank you, everybody.
Hello.
My background was working. Look at it now.
Hi, everyone.
Nice to see everybody again.
Nice
really
to
nice.
Grateful for everyone here.
Thank you, everyone.
Your council.
Oh, hi, Kat.
Bye-bye.
This is Cam.
I think everyone needs to remember that you can't flush good turd down.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you, Rabbi Brian.
Everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Tomorrow,
Thank you,
friends.
everybody.
Bye.
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 Meditation helps people gain clarity and calm, but the instructions on how to meditate are often constricting, confusing, boring, well, they suck. I'm Rabbi Brian Zachary Mayer, and this is Meditation is Magic. Join as I teach Stallion and Dragon a bit about mindfulness and the 4-letter secret to meditation. Have you ever thought, I wish meditation were as simple as magic? Now it is. Meditation is magic.
Meditation is Magic is parental advisory, explicit content. Teens make certain to advise your parents. I want to learn meditation with Meditation is Magic. It's explicit, fancy word for clear. Also, the horse dropped the F-bomb.